Got it. Okay, great question. See, growth hacking, a marketer can also be a growth hacker. A sales guy can also be a growth hacker. A growth hacker is someone who basically hacks the growth and pushes the accelerator of growth of a company, right? If a sales guy, if a sales guy of Drift is able to figure out a channel which is very, very popular, or which is very, very ROI intensive for the company, and if he's able to sell their product at a good price, at low costs by themselves, then he's also a growth hacker. To come to your question, I mean, it's growth hacker is just a fancy term for growth marketers, man. I mean, my job is not just to run marketing campaigns. My job is to scout for partners. My job is to scout for new platforms such as TikTok ads. Who knows? I might do it. It's a fancy name for a B2B tech marketing companies. Growth hackers are basically deployed by very, very early stage companies. Like a very famous case is by Airbnb, right? They growth hacked their way to, I think, 100K sales in 2 months or something like that. They listed their platform on Craigslist. So growth marketing is basically using channels of marketing, for example, social media marketing or email marketing or CRO, right? And to grow the company. Growth hacker is basically growing the company if you're doing something out of the box from this, let's say, right? Let's say tomorrow, if I come across any channel or any partner who is interesting in doing business than me, and we do that, then yes, I have hacked my growth. Let's say if there is any new digital platform that is coming out in the market, which people are really adopting, and I spend some time and I spend some dollars in the campaign, and if it gives me growth results, I hacked this because this is not what is typically there in the system, right? So it's a fancy term, but don't differentiate between a growth hacker and a growth marketer. You would be expected to hack growth and do growth at different levels. I mean, trust me, you must be thinking that this is a very vague answer, but the answer is actually vague. I mean, it's a very fancy term. If you are able to hack growth of a company through marketing, then you're a growth hacker. If you do it by social media, company doesn't care. If you do it by email, company doesn't care. If you do it by partnerships, company doesn't care. If you do it by handing a seminar, company doesn't care. And growth hacking means is that accelerating growth. If you're getting leads at 100 leads per day, and if you do something that gives you leads at 700 leads per day, then boss, you've hacked the growth. And regardless of the channel, you're a growth hacker. So it's just a fancy term that people use. And it's growth hacking is basically still that early stage startups use that, which are short of money, right? Which don't have the resources to spend in $100,000 to market and all that. And they take on these people. Ki, boss, I don't have any money, right? How can you grow my company, right? How can you grow my marketing? Do you want to send emails? Do you want to go to seminars? Do you want to go to a partnership model? Do you want to list my startup in something called a Yellow Pages or something like that? There are different things and something works out, right? So growth hackers are basically anyone who hacks the growth of a company. And by hacking the growth, I mean accelerating the growth. If you're growing at 10% right now, if you're going at 30%, then that is growth hacking. 20% is not growth hacking. And to be honest, it's a fancy term. I also do growth hacking to a less extent, but yeah. And growth hackers, they experiment a lot, man. They experiment a lot on the website. They experiment a lot on content. They experiment a lot on subject lines. They experiment a lot on pitching. They experiment a lot on creatives, videos. A marketer probably would be interested in getting the results from the existing assets out there. A growth hacker would be interested in changing and testing what different things work. So yeah, I hope that answered the question. 3 years before, growth hacking was a buzzword. Now growth marketing is a thing, and growth marketers are expected to hack your growth. That's what is a short answer to it.